something like that. But yeah, obviously hot off a great win over in London. Vitality are looking pretty damn good recently. You know, starting to solidify themselves towards the top end of the Counter-Strike scene, I suppose. Izako Boars, you know, they beat Ents that one time, but like on their worst map, you know, like I don't know. It's on paper not looking good, put it that way. Mirage, a home map, you know, a safe map, I suppose, for the Polish side, but all the same, just the firepower. Discrepancy is what you would think is going to give Vitality the edge, and quite a big edge it will be as well. But yeah, we'll see here. 5 Glocks brought up, just running around as a train at the moment. Bit of pressure towards mid, then they go through underpass all the way back towards T-spawn. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. I think they're kind of messing about, following each other around. But nonetheless, an interesting opening minute of the game.
Yeah, around the world, that's what they're going for. Maybe a little bit of strat roulette being thrown in. ZywOo already kicking things off with an opener. They've probably been having a bit of a party after their victory in London, but they're definitely up for business today. This is not, well, I would say it's one of the seasons you need to take seriously in MDL. There's a season for prize pool playoffs, a tournament, but this time there's also the addition of Pro League. So Vitality not going to be letting any of these victories go, and already it's left onto Titek to try and turn things back, and he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, fairly, you know, quick kind of cleanup in the end. I suppose they get some trades in, but ultimately not really anything that Izako Boars can do about it. Just, you know, a strange strat. They managed to make it up short for free, and they get the drop on those B players. That is really all they needed. And they just work off of that initial advantage to take the round. Going to be, I suppose, a soft eco. A Deagle in play for Exus, getting a couple kills for himself and a flash of P250. But ultimately, you would expect Vitality to be taking this round relatively easily. And I think, you know, if they respect their opponents here, they should easily be able to just kind of clean them up on either side of the map, to be honest. Just, again, based off of that firepower. Not to take away from Izako Boars, you know, in their own kind of level. They're not doing too badly, I suppose. You know, some of the results, though, again, they lost to Dream Eaters recently, which is a team that I don't see a great deal of. So it's kind of not fantastic, but that's pretty fantastic. Exus peeks into 4. He gets his pick of the crop and picks up a second there. Will eventually get dealt with. And the A-bomb site going to be open, but, I mean, some 2Ds coming in. You know, pretty nice stuff from him.
And not too bad in the grand scale of things as well. That means that in the next round, there's going to have to be a couple of rebuys for the Ts. And for the CT side, they're coming in with an early buy anyway. So, yeah, still some opportunities here for the Izako Boars. The fact is, though, this is going to be tough because not only are Vitality obviously one of our best teams within the MDL, but they're also coming off the back of a massive tournament win. So this is probably the last place you want to be fighting them. The only real questionable thing is, okay, they've been traveling a lot and probably had a bit of a late night on the day of the finals. But other than that, I expect them to be fully focused into this. They're still a relatively new team in terms of their success, I would say. Like, they've been around for a while now, but it's more just the success of the team that's fairly new. So I think there's still definitely the hunger there for Team Vitality. And, well, they're going to want to get into Pro League. Even still, things are interesting in this round, at least. A couple of trades coming back and through the smoke. Norok going to be able to find one. MBK is still in the corner, though, and he is going to be able to turn things back. An aggressive peek comes out from Sneaks, but he's going to do the majority of the damage, and his teammate just waiting on the other side. There can't be any sort of plant for Connector, which will probably make things very difficult for MBK in terms of winning this round. He's already spotted out the information and just looking for an upgrade in weapon, and, well, he will be able to find one.
Got a lot of time to play with here as well. Can definitely, you know, maybe catch someone off guard. Smoking towards Connector says, I'm actually looking to go onto the A site, and that smart move might just give him the room that he needs. Even though it is a 2 versus 1, even though he is low HP, you can still see Izako Boars are kind of playing it scared, you know, almost too safe, giving him a hell of a lot of room. at the very least, going to get the bomb plant in here. I think Luz are going to hear it, but be able to deny it. He actually will. Okay, fair enough. So it's a decent enough position for him. And Izako Boars, they get that first round on the board, and I think, you know, it's good, it's cool, but like Vitality kind of allowing them that room, because I think maybe a little bit too disrespectful with the way that they played that round, you know, just very in their face and not thinking it's like, okay, we can just tap their heads off here, it's going to be easy. But Izako Boars actually, you know, shooting back and managed to pick up the round off the back of it. It's now going to be the test for Vitality, whether they can bounce back or whether they continue to be a little disrespectful.
Well, I'd actually be more worried for Izako Boars if we do see some disrespect thrown from Vitality, just in a sense of they're likely to go for more aggressive plays, and they definitely have the individual skill to take this over the line, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out from them. Fairly balanced by overall, some pieces missing for either side, and the two Deegs definitely the more problematic, but I don't think there's many people at this point in time that doubt Xiaowu's ability. Ready though. Patatek sat under in dark and will have support from Sneaks fairly quickly if needed. And it will be, because the T's are going to be setting up in towards the site. They've got the smokes, they've got the utility, and now they're going to push.
Good position coming in from Patatek. Not quite able to capitalize though. He does a lot of damage, but I mean, not picking up any kills could be the difference maker. We shall see. There goes Nisik. He'd already picked up one. Look how low they are right now, though. I mean, just, you know, one clean spray down could end the round here and now. Norok going to manage to find a kill. They are getting the trades back, trying to play the headshot angle's not going to work out, though, and they all fall in the end. Not even able to get the bomb plant. So Izako Boars, again, after a bit of a sketchy start, are able to pull the round back in their favor.
Yeah, bring it back 2-2, and now the T side just going to have to go for a pistol. Not really anything they can invest into this one, so a chance for the CT side to make some real cash, and already looking to get close to the rounds they managed to get in the previous season. It was a 16-4 domination when Vitality played Izako Boars on Cash. That is the only meeting between these two teams. No real surprise there. Question is, are they going to be able to put up more of a fight this time, or maybe even steal things away? They're the ones really needing the rounds. Apex helping out a little bit, killing off the MVP of their previous tournament. Seeing a round where we don't really expect much. MBK, can he put another man down? That would definitely help them out in terms of doing damage, but no, relatively clean. 3 guns surviving. They even retrieved the final AUG that was on the ground. And all that was really lost was an MP9.
Yeah, so looking good then. I suppose they take a bit of a lead and maybe they can make things a bit closer here. However, the more momentum that they build up, the scarier this actually becomes for Vitality. As you can see, the buy into this round, not ideal. A great deep nade coming through, but the return utility is perfect. Iowa with the triple, no, not quite. Alex unfortunately steals it away, but all the same, you know, mid pressure from Izako Boars, they get confident, and as soon as they're a little giddy, you know, they're feeling themselves, Vitality put them straight back into their place with a dominant kind of return play in at mid, and now looking to, you know, get this bomb plant over on B. Luz is coming in from behind, but he's a bit slow. He's also a bit unsure. They could have gone A, they could have gone B, and it seems the information is most likely going A. That's what they're banking on, because Nisik abandons the B bomb site, and I think the round going to go with that abandonment.
Yeah, Neek's getting things wrong, and MBK probably going to go down here, but other than that, there's not really been that much of a benefit for the CT side. They'll get to hold on to their weapons, or probably at least, and well, that's as easy as a kill can get. Now it's just more interestingly whether or not Neeksik can hold onto his gun as well. Footsteps heard. Alex will already clear out one, hunting down all of these weapons. Money's not the best for the T side, so still a fair amount of risk in this, and oh, another one dropped, but that will be the AWP hitting the deck. The question is, can they retrieve it? And yes, it will fall right into Zaiwu's waiting hands. 3-3. Izako Boars are actually going to force this one up. Norok can drop an AWP and will receive a FAMAS in return. It means they're fairly low on utility. In fact, just 2 flashbangs. I think fairly low is an exaggeration or an understatement, as they have next to nothing, no flashbangs. Even some weaponry missing. It's close for Neeksik, but doesn't manage to get that opening pick. That would have been a great help.
Okay. Nice little quick scope to take down MBK. And I mean, if they weren't respecting their opponents, certainly, you know, plays like that definitely going to help the case of Izako Boars. But, you know, despite the flashiness of it, it's obviously an opening pick, and clearing out Palace inadvertently with that shot, Hexus now going to find that it's completely clear, and they have got nades in hand here. Apex on 30 HP. Could certainly go down easily. It's all going to come down to the timing, though. Hexus, you know, playing it safe, playing it slowly. Might just miss his window of opportunity. Oh my goodness, that is not ideal. He lands 1 bullet of maybe the 5 or 6 that he'd fired across, and that has led to the A-bomb site falling. Surely, I mean, you know, they're going to be prepared for this flank coming in from behind, eventually going to look to deal with him. Maybe the bomb plant is denied, and they do have kind of bigger fish to fry, so to speak. So again, if Exus given a second chance, can get in with a bit better timing this time around, maybe he can rip the round apart.
T-Side going to opt for a safer plant. They know where he is, but it's actually going to be Exus to spray the remaining 2 down. Izako Boars bounce back and get themselves a 4th round already, and even managing to retrieve some weaponry along the way. And more importantly, they're managing to continuously break back Team Vitality's economy. So money's not going to be great. They could pull up a couple of AKs, maybe even get an extra 2 by dropping some head armor, but oh no, it might be the safer option here for Team Vitality to just save and maybe get a pistol or 2, but straight in, Apex buys, Zaiwu buys, so safety definitely not within their vocabulary at the moment.
Yeah, a bit of a difficult one, honestly. I think, you know, they do well to move forwards, but then I think they should have perhaps turned around and dealt with the flank maybe. They had plenty of time to play with, but they just kind of let him stew, as it were, and eventually, you know, he picks the perfect moment to strike and pretty much secures the round there and then. So Izako Boars, I mean, they are fighting back. They are, as the saying at the moment that's becoming a bit popular, they are shooting back, you know. And definitely landing and picking up a few rounds here or there, winning back some rounds that maybe they didn't have the early advantage in. Playing relatively well and opening up here once again. Alex obviously only on that P250 really after dropping across, but all the same, it is nice to find a kill. MBK, one of those AK players, he goes down early. Neeksik seems aware of the boost in towards window, but it all depends again on that timing, and he is going to look away. The MAC-10 trying to chase him down. Actually, Zaiwu loses the fight though. And these AWPs doing damage right now, doing work for sure. RPK eventually deals with Pat's tech, but immediately traded. And they will recover the second AWP, maybe? No. Okay, so that's something, I suppose, for Vitality, but it's a 2-round lead now for Izako Boars.
Yeah, they've already managed to do better than they did last season, and well, Vitality looking a little bit flat. It's just going to be some pistols once again. It does seem that every time they win a round, they are getting set back to pistols once again and 4 spies, and it's just not really prevailing at the moment. They're going to try and put pressure on Neeksik. But that pressure not really coming into play at the moment. So we're just looking to duck out a dodge, and it's him and Alex, well, just him left to try and save this P250 1v5. Can't say I'm that much of a believer. That's a pretty damn good shot. 1 bullet to remove Neeksik. Not really any chance to actually retrieve that AWP, but even just baiting out this extra utility and doing a little bit of extra damage is enough to make things a little bit more interesting for the coming rounds. The CT side still yet to really build up too much cash. just waiting around the edge of the bomb, maybe expecting them to come and push it once they've actually witnessed that it's here. The problem is, I don't think they can actually see it from their position, so his spot's kind of null and void.
Indeed. Izako Boars cleaning up fairly easily. As to be expected, but all the same, you know, they're winning the hard rounds. They're also taking the easy ones, so kind of accumulating a bit of cash, obviously a relatively good lead, and looking set to maybe bring this game a bit closer than we expected. Vitality do have their excuses, I guess, but they are still Vitality. They are still miles ahead of this team just in terms of the individual prowess. And there it is. Saiwu, perfect timing from him. The flash is fantastic. Luz is ready. He peeks it, but you cannot beat the mouse click of that AWP, of course, as MBK just found out. They do answer back on the other side of the map. So a 4 versus 4 comes in, but that is obviously going to suit the T side to have that control to get the drop on the mid player. Nexus will go down fairly easily, and now a 4 versus 3 ensues with the CTs unsure of which bomb site it's going to be. Does look like it's going to be B, but, you know, they're not going to have all the players around there. They do also have that lurk towards A, keeping the attention of Patatek and playing things slowly. They've got a minute remaining. They do not need to rush into this B bomb site. They could certainly get a bit more of an advantage, and they will indeed. Alex on the lurk, he drops one on A, and now the game plan is, let's move back towards A. Why not? The opportunity arose there. Let's grab it with both hands, and ultimately I think they're going to win the round off the back of it. So Vitality looking revitalized, as they will be set to get a 4.
Yeah, definitely set to take this one over the line. Boost up, but Alex spots it, and he knows that the second man has to be around this corner as well. Again, they're looking to try and clear out all of these weapons. It will be Nora at least to survive for a moment, but that peak was never going to work out. 6-4, Vitality get themselves another, and that saved AWP could have made a difference in terms of their buy. Luz is going to be a little bit off when it comes to the purchase, and yeah, in fact, just be down to an MP9.
Well, not ideal, but still workable. Vitality, however, this is their chance. Very little money that they can shut things down, and, well, the CT side, they know it. They take a proactive stance. However, they are the ones that kind of, you know, come out a little bit worse for wear on the trades. At the very least, it's even in terms of the man advantage, but it's a weak defense, you know, a 3-man split, I suppose. Everybody's solo, no real teammates around. Luz going to try and move to perhaps help out Nisik, but no, he's actually going to rotate back towards A. But MBK's in behind, and that's the issue. There are massive holes in this defense, and Vitality definitely a team that are going to use that. First one comes in, a second follows up. And Nisik, surely with this AWP, is just going to look to save, as Vitality once again are looking much, much better once they, you know, are starting to think things out and giving a bit more respect across to their opponents.
I think Apex, you're going to hear any of those footsteps. Don't think he's quite close enough. May just be looking to retrieve the AWP, although should know that Nisik is around this area. They really want to be removing a lot of these weapons, but the thing is for Vitality, every time they do this, they seem to be reset. Luckily, this was the reset round, but they're losing players again and again. Apex just going to be holding with the AWP this time, and we'll at least be able to hold on to it. But it's at least something for the CT side to go into this round with. Nisik will have his AWP. He's had a decent showing so far with it. A few pistols will be brought up or dropped over as well. That will leave them at least with something to fight with. The thing is, again, a lot of the times when you see an underdog win some rounds on the CT side, I'm looking to see what they can do on the T side, because that's where I think they're really going to struggle. That's where I think Vitality might just run away with this game.
Well, a bit more of a heavy A play, I should say, from the CTs and the Ts alike. Obviously, that stronger weaponry of the T side, able to just easily clean up They take a bit of damage, but no kills coming in. Oh, trying his best. Gets the leg there, actually. Apex very, very lucky to get away, as is Alex and RPK. Could definitely have been some damage done. I think ultimately they would have, won the round regardless, just because of the stronger weaponry. But the fact that they do so with very, very little weaponry lost, as you can see from the economy, it is certainly, all the way down deep into the pockets to pull this buyout. So the fact that they don't lose a single player is really going to help them out coming into future rounds. And Izako Boars, meanwhile, despite the loss bonus stacking up, it's not quite enough, really. Even on that CT side, the 3,400 is never really enough. So I think they are going to buy up into the next round, but it's going to be, again, a stringy buy that Vitality will look to rip apart as they have done in the past few rounds.
Well, 6-6. Scoreline equalized, and well, this is now where things get scary for Izako Boars. Not only are the T's starting to really build into this game, but their money gonna leave them set. We will still have a purchase in at least, and that AWP being able to be saved over a couple of rounds is gonna be a nice addition at least for the Polish side, but this is where they need to step up. I think they need the sort of 8-9 rounds over on their CT side. I think it's going to be much tougher when they switch over. Mirage, normally a map that is reasonably balanced, but I just think like pushing into these players is going to make things so much more difficult. This time, no jump spot. Not going to give Zaiwu the opportunity to take that opening pick. It's just going to be waiting. And got to be careful here. Flashbang comes up, and wow. Peek into the hands of the beast. Teammates even going to try and Molotov him off. And they're going straight in here. Up close will be one. It's going to be RPK to trade things back, and the push coming in from underpass. At least looking for that flank. MBK seems more than aware of the potential. This kill's so important to the Boars, and even though he misses a couple of shots, doesn't really matter. The CT side are going to be forced into a save once again, and it's off the back of another Zaiwu opening pick. There's been a fair few in the successful T rounds. Well, it's actually RPK leading the board at the moment. 10 kills to 7 deaths. We'll see if that continues and whether or not they're going to allow this CT side to actually hold on to their remaining weaponry. I'm actually quite surprised they're not hunting a little bit more than this. Like in previous rounds where it's been less risky, I would say. Or sorry, more risky in terms of them being reset and losing money. They've done it. And this round where they had 5 alive last round, they got 4 alive now. Only 1 player hunts.
Well, in the past few rounds, it has been very, very quick. As it would appear, Vitality just turning things around, really. They get a bit of a read. And they're able to just kind of rip apart this Izako Boars team. It's just not looking too good, really, for the Polish side. I'd say, they look good early on. Maybe if they can change things up once again, they could continue to contest. But for the time being, Team Vitality are showing us kind of what we expected. The absolute domination coming through. And again, it's not the best of buys. It's workable for Izako Boars, but you need a bit better than, you need it to be perfect in this kind of a matchup, really. Norok, good little angle from him. However, jumping the gun a bit early, perhaps. He does get one. He's able to survive a bit longer. Does get another, and in comes the rotation from Exus to secure and keep the man advantage. However, Apex on the other side of the map, he's trying to do his best, but it's only good for 1. All going to be down to Alex. Tags Exus onto low HP. Good Molotov to push him out. Now brings it down to the 1 versus 1. No utility for either player. No kit available for Patatek. So it's going to need the kill. It's going to need a quick kill. This is smart from Alex. Did he hear the drop down? It would appear he did, as he is somewhat savvy to the facts. Patatek, he's scared. He's trying to walk straight across and loses the positioning of Alex and gets taken down. An easy spray as he was completely unaware of where Alex had ended up, and Vitality will get away with the 8th round.
Yeah, a little bit too much in the end, and a clutch pulled out by Alex. He has been one of the reasons we've seen a stronger step up in the T sides out from Vitality. Him finding his footing within this French roster. been a big deal for them. Well, at the moment, the scoreboard's looking pretty much as even as it can get. 11, 10, 10, 10. MBK a little bit further down, but I think it can be forgiven. They've come back. They've won themselves 5 rounds in a row, and the Boars now starting to meet the fate we expected. Zaiwu again. His opening picks have been strong throughout this T side. They're going to have to fight from a disadvantage for I don't even know how many times it has been this game.
Well, they will at the very least manage to bring it back to an even situation. Vitality going to retrieve the bomb, though, and look to, once again, work off the fact that they've managed to get a player in behind. Sure, Neeksik is pushed up, but surely not long for this world. Yeah, just too many players. His back turned to the ramp players as Apex, manages to get the drop on him pretty easily. He doesn't get a kill, but does his job. 4 versus 3 now ensues with the CTs firmly locked out of the site. Again, no kits available. The flank is fairly telegraphed. Apex will catch Luz completely off guard. All down to Patatek. He's already gotten 1 kill, but he now needs to add 4 more. They're very low. He just get the drop on 1, but immediately is faced off against 3 players, and a 9-6 half coming in. Izako Boars, they start off well. Vitality are like a little bit flabbergasted, a little bit caught off. But as soon as they get that read, they're able to easily just swing it back in their favor and dominate that first half towards the end, gaining the lead going into arguably the stronger side of this one.
Yeah, I think the problem is a lot of the aggression that was thrown in from Izako Boars early on stopped working. Like it's fairly common that you can throw in some of these more cheesy strategies and try and do something a little bit unorthodox to catch your opponents off guard, especially if you're a heavy underdog like they are. And that was where most of their success came, like catching players on ramp, pushing through, and then after a while, their information play started to punish them. We saw multiple rounds in a row where Zaiwu was able to get players on B as they jumped up to go for the peak. The same thing then happened on ramp, where we had him find another in the same sort of scenario. And if you're losing opening duels and playing 4v5 on the CT side for the majority, you're going to have a troublesome time. So, yeah, I like the attempts. I think versus a much better team, you have to be very aggressive. You have to try and be different. Maybe not aggressive, but you have to do something that you may not normally do. The thing is that once Team Vitality realized what was going on, they started to telegraph things and, well, basically gaining confidence. But here we go. Execution.
Indeed. Seemingly got a bit of an idea with the nades. However, MBK, he gets ahead of them, finds that first pick, and now the smoke's kind of working against them. It's difficult to find the return frags. In come the rotations. The bomb has gone down. MBK, though, back through the smoke. Will catch Neeksik off guard. Spots out where Patatek is, as he is now left in the 1 versus 3. Quick frag comes through. A quick second frag as well. Gets the reload off, and Zaiwu pushing forwards. He's going to take a bit of damage. This seems to be in the hands of Patatek. He's left low. He's left so low. But he will manage the 1 versus 3. The 4K overall. And Izako Boars are able to get around on the board. I mean, the pistol as well is really going to help them out in the early stages of the second half.
Yeah, I think Vitality have to be kicking themselves a little bit there. They tried to keep fighting the man in the connector who had himself that Glock, and it's one of the only positions that's probably valuable to you is in a close range duel. And 1 by 1 they peak and 1 by 1 they fall. But great work to finish things off, give a round over to the Izako Boars, and at least make things a little bit more interesting within this match. Another pistol thrown up for them, and now this round is next to nothing. The CT side just going to be investing a small amount, trying to stack in towards the B site and hoping that the Ts will fall into their trap. Fact is, though, it seems like Exus at least is probing fairly effectively over towards the A site, and soon, if he doesn't spot anything out, you have to hope that that will be where they make their move.
One would assume. Or we'll see. I mean, there's maybe a chance for them, to find a kill or two if they start to push forwards, but unfortunately the wrong stack, and obviously the jig going to be up, so I think the T's kind of recognize that they do need to be careful and maybe not move too aggressively. But here we go. Maybe, no? Are they going to move forward? You're going to go into apps? What's the plan? They're just kind of chilling, maybe thinking, you know, don't give them too many kills, don't give them the money, obviously, that comes with those kills. But the T's are actually going to try and challenge here. Start to move forward. Maybe, you know, thinking they've gone for a force buy or something along those lines. Certainly need to be careful. They've got an AK in the mix here, and he's taking a bit of damage. Patatek is hitting some nice shots, though, to be fair, and looks set to survive. However, no, he will go down. Apex doing a reasonable amount of work, picks up 2 kills, and, you know, dropping an AK is costly for the Izako Boars.
Yeah, no, to be honest, they didn't really need to push that at all. I guess it's a slight confidence booster, but or they maybe thought that something was invested, but considering absolutely nothing was there for Vitality, to get away with 2 kills is perfectly fine. T side, however, looks like they might be setting up into more of a B hit. Seen some aggression out from Zyber. They've got to be a little bit careful, though, because Eyes are still waiting around the edge, but Alex just walks up, takes his head off. But now it's on to B. I say it's on to B. They don't get anywhere near it. They've only just got 2 apps and a wipe down from Apex. Triple from him. Vitality bounced back with their first Byron, and it is flawless.
Yeah, very little HP damage taken. I mean, just, you know, really, really good stuff from them. And that is the scary part for Izako Boars. I think the Vitality CT side is pretty damn good. You know, those individuals can really step up, and it's hard. There's not really a weak link, as it were, in the defense, unless someone drops off, especially with Zywoo. I mean, just as we're talking about it, you know, the individuals, they step up. That's what the Vitality CT side is strong, and I suppose becoming known for, but especially Zywoo on that AWP, just ever consistent, picks up a 2K, and I think probably going to secure the round with it. Look at the utility. There is barely any for Izako Boars.
Yeah, this is the problem. Like, facing off against this man on the CT side is a almost impossibility, and well, he's now just going to rotate into that A spot. Confidence to repeat again and again and take the fights versus these players. The fact is now a 3-man stack on the A site just waits for any sort of move from the Polish side, and they're going to need to do something pretty impressive here to break through. Like, they're not only to get past Zywoo, but then even just in the corner is MBK, a bit of an off angle that they're probably not going to expect. Smoke going to be coming out, so that will at least give the game away, give them the information. And even still, like, there's a battle between Apex as well. If he manages to catch Exus, it's done. There's so many things that have to go right here, and they don't even get past Zywoo. He's just going to get his 4K, doesn't even break a sweat, and then Apex is going to drop the bomb in mid anyway. Not that it mattered at that point, but still, there was like a 1,000,000-to-1 scenario where something goes right for them there, and it just doesn't happen. 11-to-8, pistols, a maximum here. They really have very little in terms of cash. We'll have 1 P250 thrown up, and by the looks of things, Apex might be getting another chance to pad those stats.
Yeah, maybe it is a difficult turn of affairs again. Just not really getting a grasp of the economy early on. Not really able to keep it, you know, hugely competitive. Izako Boars, they've certainly fought back a bit better this time around, but Vitality having
They doubled their rounds. Like,
yeah,
last time they got 4, this time they got 8. You know, maybe next time they'll get 16, or just add another 4, get 12. They're getting there. It's still an improvement. But this is it. This is one of the toughest teams, if not the toughest team, to face off against within the MDL. So, like, you got to go into this one thinking, like, we're probably not going to come out on top. These guys literally just won ECS. So, yeah, it's. I don't think that Izako Boars went into this with the delusional thoughts of being able to run this over. But either way, it's fantastic practice for them as a team. Playing against the top roster, they've put up some rounds, they've shown some individual skill. Now things get very tough, though. Like, breaking down this CT side is not going to be easy. The tank, he's the one who gets the stat padding, and Apex pushing up mid will get the final kill. Flawless again. Vitality's money is already off the chains. And 12-8 with the T's now finally getting a purchase, but even still, no AWP on the other side, no Molotovs. So on the A side, clearing a lot of those angles is going to be very difficult for them. So we'll see what they can actually do in this scenario.
One of the best buys they've had for a while, though, and it's still not great. They are, you know, sacrificing a little bit to pull out as much utility as they possibly can. Try and get that control in towards the A site. Oh, Alex, the clean spray down, knows his angles. They have managed to creep a player in through connector. Exus gets one, but Alex is there, ready on the trade as he picks up a third. Single-handedly carrying this round. The bomb left in T spawn, so what little control they have, they can't really use. Patatek will drop RPK. But Apex, he trades one straight back.
Ooh.
Patatek, okay. This becomes a bit more interesting. He's still outnumbered, but 7 HP, I mean, it's going to be difficult, especially if he can isolate these 1 versus 1s. Again, though, the issue being the bomb's so very far away, so I think the CTs are kind of savvy to the fact. MBK getting aggressive here. He will go down, though. And suddenly, this round looks doable.
Yeah, and actually, the read from Alex is wrong. At the moment, we're going to see Patatek look to double back towards the site. Another potential clutch looking to come in from the guys at Izako Boars. The idea from MBK is, well, I'm not going to be able to beat him in a 1v1 duel, so I might as well try and catch him with his pants down. And Alex, I said he had the wrong read. He gets it right back, and now he just has to try and play an off angle. Get the chance to take the shots. Patatek will be coming through in just a moment. He's wary of short. It's all going to come down to the time. It'll be interesting to see where Patatek actually goes for the plant, and he's been spotted. This is all the information that he needs. Just going to be creeping around, waiting for him to back off, and he plays it perfectly. The brain game from Alex. 4 kills for him to win the round, and is even going to go running off to try and find that AWP. It's a long wander, that's for sure, but he's got plenty of time to get back and defuse the bomb.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, if you are looking how to improve your Counter-Strike, that is a perfectly played 1 versus 1. You need the patience. You come out on top of those mind games, you know, and just knows his timings. It's like, right, if he's going A, he will have, at the very least, have attempted a bomb plant by now. So I know, therefore, he's going to be heading towards B instead. Makes that call, you know, that rotation, and then, like I say, has the positional drop, and instead of, you know, trying to deny the bomb plant or trying to get aggressive and take him down as soon as he sees him, he just lets him walk straight into his crosshair. I feel like one of the key things about CS is just making the kills as easy as possible in as many scenarios as you possibly can with those smart plays with the nades. Here we go, though. Straight up rush coming through. A waterfall of Mirage, of course, straight out towards the A site. It's kind of working out a little bit, but they've taken a fair amount of damage, these final 2 players, so I think it is going to be difficult, especially with the amount of utility still available. The touchdown nade, Patatek in the 1 versus 1.
Oh, it's so close. Oh, Alex is going to close this again, the same 1v1, except this time the HP was switched the other way. I love the fact that Zywoo just pings a tap of the P250 onto one of the guys on site while just killing someone else. A lot of damage done from him. Doesn't get too much of the stats for it, but they're getting the victories. AWP going to be handed, and 14-8. This is kind of what I was talking about. Like, getting some rounds on the CT side. It's sort of like what we saw from Expert when they played against Crazy. They managed to get a few CT rounds and then really struggled to get anywhere near on the T side. Zywoo tagged. Oh, Alex has got the timing a bit wrong there, but still gets the kill. The flashbang helps him out. And now he's even able to escape. These aggressive plays coming out now from this CT side are starting to really catch the T's off guard. There's a lot of deaths on either side, but the fact is, every time it seems that Vitality come out on top, and they will once again. They get to map point. A little bit of a dicey start. A 6-3 lead was in play for Izako Boars, but it dwindled quickly. And while since then on their T side, they've managed 2 rounds, and Vitality are 1 away from closing.
Certainly looking good for them. Scout in play. Not anymore. Zywoo just going to go jumping straight into his crosshairs, takes him down before he can even react. Norot has made it out on towards the ace site and actually picks up a 3k on his lonesome. Kind of what the T's needed with the, lack of utility. But again, the bomb, no one's got the bomb. It's back in T-spawn, and this is just going to buy time for these CTs to move in into now essentially what is a 3 versus 2. However, they are being watched. They almost line up there for X's. All down to RPK. However, he's not able to get it done. So Izako Boars will at least extend their lifeline a little longer here. Maybe just the 1 round, though, because Vitality are able to come straight back in with a pretty strong buy. It's going to be a bit rough around the edges. But again, definitely workable. And they've been so dominant. I think they can still take this round, even with a buy like this.
Yeah, it seems like Zywoo's starting to just style on them a bit with like how aggressive he's actually being over the last few rounds. It doesn't seem like something he or the team are taking to the most serious level. Aggressive peek. IBK gets away with that. It surely has to go down and finally will be. And actually, a couple of kills coming across Zywoo. His aggressive peek into the apartments is caught off. Another kill coming in for Nora as well. Things are starting to slip a little bit here for the French side. Aggression coming out from Apex. Got to be careful from Palace. Probably not expecting anybody to be there now, but the smoke will in fact shield him. He's going to be waiting patiently. Should be able to spot out one. That's at least turned it back a little bit closer, but he'll lose his teammate in the meantime. That will leave Apex 1 versus 3. There's been a peek out onto short as well that he's got to be careful about whether or not he's actually going to go for this. Full belt of utility, AUG in hand, no kit. Probably worth just saving.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of going to go for a bit of an aggressive save, as it were. So, just looking to keep his weapon, but if they kind of exit towards him, he'll try and pick up a couple kills. Because again, with the lead that they have and the money that Izako Boars don't have, it is certainly an opportunity for him to do some more damage. And there it is. He'll manage to find one. And Norot's pretty damn low. Got to be careful with an aid in hand. However, the bomb takes him down. Okay, I got a bit confused there. I was like, what the heck? But yeah. The bomb takes him down because he was only on 2 HP. So Apex successfully retrieves an AWP, stays alive, keeps all that utility, but also does the damage that he was looking to do. So that's a pretty perfect save, to say the least. However, talking of saves, Vitality are going to go pretty cheap into this one. A few pistols brought up, the early peek from Apex, but his spawn not as good as E6, and he will get taken down relatively easily. And it looks like the B-bomb site as well going to fall pretty quickly here. Izako Boars coming in very angry, very aggressive, very confident. Revitalized, it would seem, coming into round number 26.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just focused on MBK. If he managed to get a knife there, I would have been happy and sad at the same time that would work. But just gonna be hoping to try and steal a weapon away. Pretty much surrounded here, so if he does get away with anything, it would be quite surprising. Maybe even just holding onto his Kevlar. And while now he's been found, that will be the death of him. 15-11. Boars at least get themselves into double digits. And even still, there's not really an opportunity for the CTs to go for a buy in this round. So it's still going to have to be another eco from them. Just a few pistols, maybe some extra Kevlar and nades thrown in this time. But oh, it looks like unless some real mistakes are made, we're going to be hitting 12 for the polls.
Yeah, it certainly does look that way, but that is maybe the type of round that they end up losing. This is generally how CS can go sometimes, but we'll see. They have a fairly safe execute coming in. Zywoo cheeky through the smoke. MBK through the gap. Of course, the almost, inevitable gap that comes in just at the kind of bottom of stairs, as it were. However, they are still able to, deal with his teammates and fairly cleanly. It looks like they're going to open this one up, and as the smoke dissipate, there's no gaps to abuse. Blood's going to pick up 2 very quick kills. Looking for the third here. Norok going to deny him? No, Norok actually going to fall. That's the bomb as well. So gives a bit more room to Apex to do a bit more damage.
Yeah,
I don't know, boys.
A little bit too close for comfort, but at this point, the T's have enough money that they'll just be continuously buying until we either hit overtime or the game ends. Well, this will be their first real test since the level of aggression of Vitality seemed to go through the roof. You can see Zywoo straight away picking up that AWP. Quick flash over into middle, but it's looking like we're going to get an execute out from the T side once again. It was successful in the last. Molotov goes down, but we've already seen Patitek get past it. Apex is forced to fall back, and so will Zywoo. They're already going to have to fall into a bit of a retake scenario as the T's gain so much control. The spray through from MBK does a fair bit of damage to Patitek. They're actually going to go pushing through. They get right up close towards the smoke, but already Zywoo's going to find one. Apex with another. This retakes begins successfully, and then one more for MBK. They're just mopping up these final kills. 2 players remain for the Polish side to try and hold on, and already just being forced back by the extra utility. Exus will at least be able to grab one for the team. And he's going to peek out a second for him as well. A third even comes up. They need to try and stop the defusal, but it is just going to be the trades back into the 1 versus 1. Looking to close it will be Alex. But he doesn't have enough time. Yeah, he's just going to pick up all the utility in the AWP. What a big play coming out from Exus. He'll keep this going.
Yeah, I mean, it looked so good from Vitality. Izako Boars, I was ready to kind of comment. I think the failure of that round for them was, you know, they get aggressive into CT, but they don't quite commit to it. They don't have the nades, especially the flashes, kind of fast enough to keep pushing forwards. And that allows Vitality to just sort of regroup very quickly and then, you know, push around together. They didn't even need to get the trades, but they were in position to do so. So I think ultimately it would have gone the way of Vitality in that situation. But Exus stepping up with the AWP, able to, you know, have that kind of individual moment. They give him maybe a bit too much room, maybe a few too many faces. Again, slightly disrespectful perhaps not to just hide away from him and smoke him out or Molotov him out. I think they did Molotov him out early on, but then everybody trying to take the 1 versus 1 duels against the AWP, and he's able to just capitalize perfectly. An opener coming in here as well for Nixik. They look pretty set to pick up a 14. It would be something. I mean, it's already probably a bit too close, you know, for Vitality. Closer than they would have liked, for sure. But we'll see. Will it go the full distance? That's the real question. However, MBK has pushed in. E6. Oh, playing the contact, misses the shot. It's very, very lucky. MBK was not trained on him. So he's able to get away and get the reset in, so to speak, and, you know, ready for the next face-off. They have lost 1 player, but they managed to trade it back. Still this AWP in play. Is he going to want to go for this, though? I think ultimately should be looking to save at this point.
Yeah, the only thing is just the extra money. Like, they've got plenty, so may just be trying to get something for the highlight reel. Already spotting out a couple of players. They have the information available to them. Already gets tagged up. Left on low HP. And, actually being hinted in from behind. This is looking dicey for Alex now. And, yeah, he will be closed down. 15-14. This is not a scoreline I ever expected to get to within this game. The last time they played, last season of MDL, it was a 16-4 massacre from Vitality. This time, they are 1 round away from taking it to OT. Double AWP setup will be brought in, however.
On both sides, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
So that's something. I think the T side have had it for a few rounds now, and just trying to work off of these early picks, you know, getting aggressive, getting in the face of Vitality. And again, I think it's maybe the lack of respect. Quick 1-for-1 trade occurs over towards the underpass area, but Essex rather, kind of pushing in a little bit too aggressively. Again, not really aware of himself, and gets taken down in the shoulder, I suppose, by that secondary AWP. Maybe they were only expecting 1, but no, both of them are here on the A site, which is certainly interesting. But all the same, it's working out. It's a 4 versus 2 now that ensues. It's Nisik And it is Patatech. It is only Patatech to try and win this one here, to try and keep his team in it for overtime. A 1 versus 3 cannot get it done. And Vitality, it is